Starts the afternoon. Excellent work, Cedric. We can't match your lion cubs, but we can show you a striped kingfisher who's chilling out on the branch here. I think a lot of birds just out on exposed perches, trying to dry out after the wet weather that we had over lunchtime. Just decided to go to a slightly higher perch. The sun is sort of out now, so a great opportunity for birds to dry out those soggy wings and feathers. Just noticed that the other one is in a tree off to the left. They do form monogamous pairs, and it's one of my favourite territorial or bonding calls that they make, these striped kingfishers. When they do call, they put their wings out sideways, sort of 90 degrees to their bodies, and they sort of bob up and down, and they bring those wings in and out, as if they were sort of slow motion flapping whilst they call to each other. And they've got some nice markings on the wings that you can see. So it's a very distinctive sound that they make. They call together as a duet. It always reminds me of sort of a European police car, is what I think of. That's the way I always learnt it. The sounds of a striped kingfisher. But there's water everywhere at the moment. I'm actually parked in a puddle. But these are not piscivorous kingfishers, as is the case with many of the kingfishers that we have here in South Africa. This one doesn't eat fish. I'm sure it wouldn't say no to a fish if one dropped it in its lap, but generally speaking it eats insects and small reptiles, little arthropods, whatever else it can find. But the other one's on a tree about 20 metres away. I'm really hoping that they decide to call to each other in a minute. Thomas, I can't give you a specific reason. They're bigger than the grey-headed. It's difficult to see, but if he turns around, he or she, I can't really sex them, there's very little difference between the two sexes in striped kingfishers. But it's the top of the head that is striped, a bit like the spotted flycatcher I think we put on camera, was it yesterday? Also has a stripy head, so it's referring to the stripy head. The grey-headed kingfisher is actually one of my favourites. It was also one of those ones that cropped up in my game of Kruger Bingo that from the other week that I mentioned this morning. We did manage to find one, first one that we've seen in years, but it's got a lot more coloration. You can see this one has the sort of the threatening of that beautiful blue. You can see that bluey turquoise. The grey-headed is far more obvious in terms of its colour, more of a purplish colour. But one of my favourite kingfishers, the grey-headed. You don't see it very often.